Hey, what's up? It's your girl Kimberly Milford, the creator of Ambitious Leaders, and I'm just so excited to have my first ambitious leader today, Khalil Jibran. What's good, Khalil?
Peace.
I just want to start off this interview with first asking, what was your first memory of hip hop? What was that memory for you?
My first actual intimate memory of hip hop was, I think it was one Christmas. I was like, I think 9 or 10 years old. My dad's girlfriend had bought him an iPod. So, and it's like one of the first generation iPods. So like, it was kind of strange to me. So, it was like after the Christmas, I'm playing my toys, whatever. I just see my pops just all around the apartment, just in his zone, just singing. Like, he really can't sing, but he was unafraid to display his singing voice because he was feeling the music that much. So I'm just witnessing that the whole time. And I think one day he put it down, and I was curious. Just out of curiosity, that's what made me pick up the iPod to see, what was making him feel this way. Like, I wanted to feel that way too. You know what I'm saying? So I picked it up and I went through and I got attached to three songs. It was Slick Rick, Lottie Dottie, and all three of the songs displayed different hip hop elements, which was really made me fall in love with hip hop. Slick Rick was the art of storytelling. So just the craft of me hearing him go through a whole complete story of his life in a day, that had a huge imprint on how I make music now. And the next song was Material Love by KRS-One. And basically he was telling the story about how your love for material things to get you caught up out here in the streets. So I'm young and that's already impressionable in my mind. So that moment right there was really when I first fell in love with hip hop, and which inspired me to write my first rhyme.
So how did you know you wanted to get started with music, and how did you know you wanted to become a rapper?
Now that I think about it, I think it traced all the way back to, I had two older cousins, and they were like older brothers to me, and I really looked up to them. And I think I was in pre-K, and my cousin, one of my oldest older cousin, he used to rap. So I remember one time he wrote a bar and he said, for 40 days and 40 nights, my raps is tight. So like as a kid, I was going into a Christian preschool, so we were learning about the Bible, Noah's Ark. So like I actually was able to conceptualize what he was saying and the comparison and the metaphor. So like that really just amazed me when I was young. So the funny thing is, when I think I was actually in kindergarten. When I was in kindergarten, I used to tell my teachers I wanted to be the first black president. And they were so proud of me. They used to tell all the other teachers, yeah, he wanted to be president. And the career day came, then they say, what you want to be? I'm like, a rapper. And that crushed their hearts. So I guess that day, I walked around with the little rapper name plate on it, and the teachers was mad. And I mean, from then, I guess that's when the idea started. But when I graduated from high school, it really said, all right. When I really said, this is what I want to do in my life. Like, I used to play basketball, but I knew my athleticism wasn't the greatest gift I could contribute to the world. I always knew it was something with my mind. And I felt like writing rhymes was my outlet, so I could do that and share it with the world.
Who inspired you to become a rapper, and who inspired you to be the person that you are today?
Like I said before, KRS-One really had a lot to do with my early stages of development. Yeah. Because he put me on game on a lot of things before I even experienced them. He had a song called My Philosophy and said, all my brothers eat chicken and watermelon, talk broken English and drug selling. See what I'm telling? I'm teaching real facts. The way some act and rap is kind of whack and it lacks creativity and intelligence. But they don't care because the company is selling it. So I'm just hearing this, and this is the time Lil Wayne was hot. Yeah. So I was able to see the exact what he was talking about for like commercialization of hip hop music, and I always vow, like, even from that moment, like, I love the true essence of hip hop, because like I said, when I first got into contact with my dad's iPod, that's what I got. That's what made me fall in love with it, not things that's going on now. Things that go on now is cool, have fun to them or whatever, but it don't touch my soul. Yeah. Like, that hip hop touched my soul, and I always want to give that back to the world for people coming after me.
What are certain things you had to learn to become the Khalil Jibran of 2016? What are some things you had to let go as well as gain?
Good question. Good question. Whew. But to be the Khalil Jibran I am today, wow. I think it all started when I got in, like I used to have like little, me and my parents used to butt heads a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So through that, it was a period of time where I used to go to my dad's house, my mom's house, my grandmother's house. Like, you know, I was bouncing all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
So there was one time I actually got kicked out of my mom's house, and it was like it was like a valley in my life. Like I got jumped that week. It was a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that was actually the first time when I started hanging in the streets and living that type of life. You see what I mean? And along that path, I came across this book called Think and Grow Rich, and that book just changed my life. Like that book changed my perception, because I always had questions, like deep questions, like why do some people succeed and why don't some people succeed? You know what I'm saying? I felt like strange because I felt like I was the only one who was thinking these questions.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got into contact with these books, and it just resonated with my whole being, like, and it was telling me things that I already knew, but it was a great validation for me to see it on paper, especially written in like 50, 60 years ago before I was even born. So that was very comforting. And I say all that to say that was the beginning to my path to enlightenment and to my higher self. Because now what Khalil Jibran represents is that awakened you. You know what I'm saying? That little voice inside your head that everybody has.
Mm-hmm.
I want to represent that, the angel on that shoulder, to tell you that higher consciousness, you know what I'm saying, your higher self. Mm-hmm. And that's who we truly are.
Yeah. That's
who we're going to be when we die and leave this world, you know what I'm saying? And I want to be the example of how we could channel that while we living here every single day.
What made you want better for yourself? What life circumstances, you know, anything that happened or...
It's that feeling.
Yeah.
Like when you wake up, you're doing the same stuff every day. You're going to school, you're going to work, and it's like, bruh, something gotta give. Like, I'm not about to do this every single day. I'm freaking miserable. Like, I'm not doing what I want to do, and I'm about to change it. You know what I'm saying? And that really came truly when I was at Willie P. I was going to school every day depressed, like, because I used to get rides. That's when I was commuting. Mm-hmm. I used to get rides from my friend Courtney. She's like one of our biggest supporters.
Yeah.
And I used to be at school from 9 o'clock to 6 p.m. every day. And I probably only had like 2 classes a day. You know what I'm saying? But just being there just put me in a negative space. Like I knew that wasn't the place for me, and I had to really come to grips with myself and be like, yo, stop. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I withdrew. And then it was weird at first because you're not following the traditional route. So it's like you have to find, nobody's doing what you're doing. Mm-hmm. So you like their own guinea pig. It's nobody for you to reference and say, oh, he did it like this. Like, no. I'm the first person to do what I'm doing that I can see. So it's like you got to follow the inspiration, like we was talking about, like. And I feel like that's the purpose of ambitious leaders too. Mm-hmm. You have to be ambitious enough to stray away from the
normal path.
Yeah, what's the word I'm looking for though? A template that the society is having for you. Mm-hmm. Go to college, go to grad school, mm-hmm. get a nice job, entry level, work your way up 20 years. Mm-hmm. No, you're not working with 20 years. We want millionaires now.
Yeah.
We want millions now. We can have it now. There's people younger than us with millions. You feel what I'm saying? So it just came from me that point. It was like, I'm not waiting.
What is it that you do every day to try and maintain that same focus that you have right now?
I really just go to the park, honestly. Because when I go to the park, I get connected with nature. And when I'm connected with nature, I'm not thinking. And that's when I'm me. Mm-hmm. The core of me. Like no anxiety, no stress. It just, like, ideas just pop into my head. Like I go there and I just know. Mm-hmm. It's a knowing. Like it put me in like a meditative state where the answers come to me. Mm-hmm. I just ask the question and I know it sounds like real.
No, I get you.
Yeah, but it's real like that. So that's my daily routine. That's how I stay sane. Like that's my peace of mind.
So what is it that you could say that you do in 24 hours that created this Khalil Jibran of 2016 and to get you to that next level?
Sacrifice. Like I said before, it was the nights my friends hit me up in the group chat. Yo, you want to go to this party so and so? Nah. Why not, man? Nah. You'll never come out with us. I know. I'm trying to do something. You're not trying to do what I'm trying to do. I still love y'all. Y'all still my friends, but I got a mission. Like, you might not see or understand what I'm doing right now, but that's cool. You can see that later when everything manifests how it's and coming to fruition how it's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? So it was just because like I feel like I was meant for this. So like it's nothing that I have to try to figure out or try to do. It just I have to. It's like a boat, and I'm just riding the stream down the river. You don't have to fight to go with the stream. It just I'm coasting. You feel me? And I'm just seeing people on the side, just like I can't stop the boat for you. Like I gotta, you know what I'm saying. So like you said before, letting things go is a big part of how I stay focused. You know what I'm saying? And I just cleaned my room out, metaphorically speaking, and that was a big cleansing of space in my mind. Like my TV, I don't even watch TV. I threw my TV out. Man, more space in my room. You know what I'm saying? It's a different feeling. So I say that to say, just make space for the new, and not being caught up in old ways of doing things, old habits, and getting out my comfort zone. Yeah. Seeing how I like new things, and if I don't like it, I'll go back to the old for now. But it's just about evolving every day.
What's your favorite song you've created so far, and why is it your favorite song?
Wow, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. But off the top of my head, cause I did what just came to my mind was a song I made when I first started rapping in 2012. It's called "Me Against Myself," and that song is really deep to me because writing that song was effortless. Like I heard the beat, I went and go search it up, and it just oozed out of my head. Like it wasn't. I didn't have to try. It was just flow. Why you think you know everything? All my best songs is like that. It's effortless. So, and that song I was talking about, well, it's a lot of things out here trying to hold me down, or I can use as an excuse of what can hold me back. But the only real thing that can hold me back is myself. So that's why I named the song "Me Against Myself." You know what I'm saying? It goes through a lot of things in my relationship with my mother, my uncle that died, me actually against myself, like suicidal thoughts, and it's a real deep song, and it was very pure. Like it was very pure. I didn't think about radio. It was pure hip hop. It still holds. It's a classic to me. I still feel it every time I play it. And everybody that loves it still feel it every time we play it. So I would say that song.
Yep. Something about today, man. Today's that day.